The people next door. Our planet is small, and we must learn to share with each other. Every Sunday, at dawn, Neil sits outside his house, sharing the deafening engine noise of his unmuffled vintage MG Roadster with the rest of the street who are having a lie-in. Not everything needs sharing. The houses on this new estate may all look the same, but the people who are moving in have big ideas. Tom and Susie are planning to fill their garden with purple and white flowers. Mickey and Silver have their hearts set on a selection of mattresses and motorcycle parts. Every dream home is different. Logan is reporting his next-door neighbour to the police again. This time it's for using a hairdryer before 8 a.m. Last time it was for trespass by Blossom. "You again?" says the duty sergeant and gets the forms. Nobody on Twebben Way knows anything about the Rutledges. I think that's Rutledges. Okay, we'll go Rutledges. The people opposite once saw Mr. Rutledge receive a delivery of hovercraft parts, and there are rumours that children who are homeschooled only eat mushrooms. There may also be more than one Mrs. Rutledge. Mina planted some genetically modified asparagus seeds in her vegetable patch before she went on a 2-week holiday. When she comes home, she finds a note from the couple next door saying they would like a word. Chloe and Harry are convinced that Mr. Benbecula is up to something. After 6 months, Nat stopped believing the constant drilling from next door could be shells. He now thinks it's either a transatlantic tunnel, fracking, or an attempt to find a lost dinosaur kingdom at the Earth's core. He would pop round and ask them, but next door cannot hear their doorbell over the drill. These handsome flats were built as social housing for ordinary working people, it says in the expensive architecture books on the coffee tables of the doctors, creatives and architects who live in them now. The people who live below Lisa and Mark are environmentalists. Because they always leave their windows open, the environment constantly benefits from their aggressive chill-out music and the smell of their unusual cigarettes. Petrak and Akpalibaktok, oh my God, are building a new igloo. The people next door are not pleased. "Look at that monstrosity," they say. "Ah well, there goes the neighbourhood." Vicky's upstairs neighbour is always crying. He plays the song Rise by Gabrielle 5 or 6 times an hour. Vicky thinks he either misses his wife or his job in local radio in the early 2000s. Ever since the ESA capsule docked, Bruno has been sharing the International Space Station with an astronaut who insists on being calling the Jonester. The Jonester has made the joke, "Need some spaceman?" every 2 minutes since arriving. Bruno wishes the International Space Station had a predatory alien on board that picked the astronauts off one by one. He wouldn't mind in which order. Before the financial crash, Troy lived in the apartment next door to David Letterman. Now he lives in a shack next door to One-Eyed Pete and his silent son. Troy never talks about his old job to Pete, because it was his bank who repossessed Pete's old flat and made him sell the eye. Craig thought his neon Father Christmas and Singing Snowman were going to be the talk of the close, but he has to admit the Kangs at number 15 have pulled out all the stops this year. Stephen and John have lived in their flat for 10 years. In the first year, a pregnant couple moved in next door. Their baby kept Stephen and John awake for 2 years before the family moved on to a bigger flat. They were replaced by another pregnant couple, no fewer than 5 times. Stephen and John are more tired than any of the people they've lived next door to. Sharon has asked the man next door if he would not mind parking his company car in front of their house. She's worried about the cat. A hungry dolphin can make an awful lot of noise. Lucy wished she had done more than skim read the planning application when her neighbour mentioned putting in a water feature. Trevor became so tired of his neighbour's bassoon practice that he decided to move to somewhere far from other people. Going to the shops for a pint of milk requires permission from air traffic control, but Trevor says it's worth it to live free from persistent bassooning. Nick swapped his headboard to the other wall yesterday and now knows exactly what Paul's wife wants him to do of an evening, and just how hard. Nick avoids making eye contact and asks Paul about troubles. Russell shows his sister Denise the device he has made from his electronics kit. When he presses the button, it completes the circuit and summons the ghost of the boy next door. Spartacus next door has a new treehouse. Now Shauna and Dylan will want one too. First it was a swing ball set, then it was a trampoline. Shauna and Dylan's mum knows she must put her foot down before it skis, a hot tub, and the garden stock grime festival. Rachel and Robert's neighbour, Mrs. Vavasour, has complained to the council about their hedge, their cat, and the colour of their front door. The morning after Rachel left her hair straighteners plugged in, Mrs. Vavasour complained to the council that she was kept awake by a bright, flickering orange light and the sound of exploding wood. Rebecca ordered a farmer from her specialty website, but she was out when the courier called. The delivery has been left in next door's porch, as arranged. Ordered a farmer? Since Lauren and her husband separated, her children have started to play with the children next door. Lauren's husband did not like the people next door. "They're ginger," he used to say. "It's not right." Bucker. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the wee bell notification. And thank you very much to all my subscribers and patrons. And I'll see you next week. Bye!